Hi, today I'll be discussing with you a very important topic which is LTROs, stands for long term repo operations. If I talk about repo rate, say LAF, liquidity adjustment facility, and MSF, RBI will be lending to banks for short term, but the time period under this is 1 day, 7 days, 14 days, or 28 days. Under MSF, it is borrowing only for overnight purposes, it is borrowing only for 1 day. If I talk about LAF, liquidity adjustment facility, under which repo rate comes, under that the banks can borrow from RBI they can borrow from RBI for 1 day. If they borrow for 1 day, it will be called overnight repo. They can also borrow from RBI for time period of 7 days, 14 days, or 28 days. If they borrow for these three time periods, any of these three time periods, it will be called term repo. So banks are able to get funds from RBI for this much very short duration of period. But banks are not able to get funds from RBI for shorter duration of period, say for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. They are able to get for long term. So therefore the banks find it very difficult to infuse liquidity into the system for short period of time, that is for 1 year or 3 years. As the banks don't have that much of liquidity with them for this short period of time, therefore they charge high rate of interest from the corporates if the borrowing period is around this time, if the borrowing time is around this time period, 1, 2 or 3 years. So therefore what has happened is now RBI has brought long-term repo operations, where RBI will be buying bonds and lending money to RBI and lending money to banks for 1 year or for 3 year periods. The rate of interest will be same, repo rate. So here the lending will be for shorter duration of period at repo rate, hence it is called long-term repo operations. Now why it is being done? It's being done so that liquidity is provided in the market. Along with long-term repo operations, let me tell you another concept which is related to this, that is targeted long-term repo operations. So before coming to this, let me tell you another thing. If I talk about NBFCs, they do not have their own source of funding. They cannot get deposits from public, unlike banks. So for their money, NBFCs, they rely on banks, they rely on mutual funds. But if there is redemption pressure on mutual funds, means how do mutual funds get money? I give money to mutual fund, and mutual funds then give that money to NBFCs by purchasing commercial papers from NBFCs, by buying bonds from NBFCs. So now if there is redemption pressure on mutual funds, that means I will be asking mutual fund my money. In that case, if I ask mutual fund my money, mutual fund will be asking NBFCs their money. So NBFCs will be giving money back to mutual funds. But if NBFCs have lent that money to someone else, and that money is not going to come in near future, then isn't there a case of default? Because NBFCs borrowed from mutual fund, lent to a third party, that third party has not returned money, and now NBFC has to return money to mutual fund. This is a case of liquidity crisis. So NBFCs in India are facing liquidity crisis because of redemption pressure on mutual funds. And as NBFCs won't be having money, they won't be having money to lend to corporates. The growth will be impacted. So therefore, under targeted long-term repo operations, what did RBI tell? That whatever is the borrowing under one tranche of LTROs, 50% of that borrowing from RBI under one of government conducted three different times it conducted LTROs. And under the last time it said, out of whatever is the borrowing under LTRO, 50% of it will be invested in investment grade corporate bonds, commercial papers and debentures, such that the money which the banks are receiving from RBI under LTRO, from that money 50% of it is going to NBFCs to manage their liquidity crisis. So how will this happen? How will this be helpful? This will be helpful, that is, in secondary market there will be liquidity. The corporates will be getting funds, the NBFCs will also won't be suffering from the problem of liquidity. So now when we are talking about liquidity problem of NBFC, let me tell you another issue which has arisen right now. After COVID-19, this LTROs were brought before COVID-19. Now in the month of June, when I'm talking to you guys, what has happened is the banks, they have provided moratorium on loans. That is, if I had to return loan to the bank had given me a moratorium of 3 months. I need not pay my EMI for 3 months. If I had borrowed from NBFC, say a car loan, a bike loan, a home loan, even NBFCs, they had provided moratorium to their customers. You getting it? Banks providing moratorium to the customers, NBFCs also providing moratorium to the customers. That is, now NBFCs are not getting funds back from their borrowers. But what did the banks do? The banks gave moratorium to individual borrowers, to corporates, but they did not give moratorium to NBFCs. I told you, NBFCs, they cannot borrow from public. For their funds, they are dependent upon banks and mutual funds. So what the banks are doing is they haven't given moratorium to NBFCs. So NBFCs are going to default on their payment in future. Because when NBFCs are not getting funds from their borrowers, how will they return it to the banks? They have imposed moratorium on their customers, but NBFCs are not getting moratorium from the banks. So in future, there will be liquidity problem coming from NBFC sector also. And this is also because of redemption from mutual funds. Again, the same thing is happening now. People are getting money from their mutual funds. Mutual funds are asking NBFCs their money. NBFCs don't have money. So liquidity problem is coming in NBFC sector. I hope you have understood what is LTROs, what is TLTROs, and what is the current issue faced by NBFCs. Thank you.